I'm Melvin A Vieira Jr. with RE/MAX Destiny. I've been selling real estate for over 25 years. I started off selling real estate in 1989. And one thing I realized, it's about taking care of the people. It's about making people happy. And that's who I am. I'm a person who wants to make sure that my buyers and my sellers are very happy at what they get. Making sure that they know that they're getting the best service possible. What I am, I'm the Boston real estate concierge. I'm actually your real estate concierge. That's who I am. Well, what made me get into real estate was this. One time when I lived in California in 1989, I was driving down Pacific Coast Highway. And Pacific Coast Highway in California runs the coast. And I was driving through areas called Manhattan, Hermosa, Redondo Beach, and Venice. And I just so happened was working construction out there. And as I was driving down, I looked around. I was like, wow. I was like, these homes. I said, I've always been interested in building, but what do I want to do? So I said, but I can't build anything until I know what people want. So what I realized is I need to get in the business of selling homes. And so that was the beginning. I've actually worked for quite a few companies. It's ironic. I started selling real estate in California, and that was back in 1989. I started off with a company known as Century 21 Coast Properties. I'll never forget it. My first office was located on 1200 Pacific Coast Highway. And then from there, I actually ended up with another company called South Bay Brokers. From that point, I ended up moving back to Boston. I ended up joining a company called the DeWolf New England Company. My first office working for DeWolf New England was in Canton, Massachusetts. From there, I moved from the Canton office, I moved to the Milton office. Then at that point, Coldwell Banker decided they wanted to buy out DeWolf New England, and Dick DeWolf decided to sell the company off. So then I ended up working for Coldwell Banker. From the Coldwell Banker office, I actually was getting ready to go into the management position, staff for them. But I decided that I didn't want to stay with Coldwell Banker any longer. I realized that, I wanted to expand and I wanted to grow. So I figured I'd be a manager. Coldwell Banker wanted me to be one of their managers. But, I decided, let me go work for Century 21 or something like that, my roots. So I did that for a little while. But I realized that, being a manager was great. But also what I realized was working with buyers and sellers I really enjoyed. So I decided to come back into the business and do what I really know best, which was to help people. And I ended up working for a company called RE/MAX Landmark, which was located in Milton. So yeah, I ended back in Milton again. But why did I keep Milton? Milton gave me the easy access to anywhere I wanted to go. But I wanted an office that I thought was going to do the best thing by their agent and support me. And I decided to move into a company called RE/MAX Destiny, which now where I'm currently at. And I will tell you now, it's one of the best things I ever did, and I'm so glad that I'm here. Well, what I can do for fun, basically, is play golf, ski, fish, canoe, sailing, riding bikes, going for walks. You look at me and go, wow, this guy does quite a few different things. Well, I'll tell you, going skiing is one of the best things I ever did. I started skiing when I was age 12. And skiing, one thing about skiing is it's a challenge. And what it did, it taught me something. It taught me that there is nothing in the world I can't do. There's nothing that no one can tell me I can't do. What I mean by that is this, is that I go up that mountain on my own and I come down that mountain on my own. So I take that and I relate that to what I do in business right now. I relate that to selling real estate because I am by myself. But guess what? I'm really not, because I have what they call the Vieira Group. And the thing about it is, we work together. We're here to help you and help you get what you need. But